Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a makeup tutorial. It's been a while, you guys. So this is the look. So first I'm going to be starting off with my eyes, and I'm going to be priming with a Profusion pigment based primer. So before we get started, I will say this is more of a freestyle set because I absolutely did not know what type of look I was going for. I didn't know how these colors are going to pair together. And I really kept using just this one palette, so it actually came out very pretty. I will point out what I would have done versus what I did do, because some of the things I did do was a little bit backwards. But yeah, this look honestly reminded me of like a carnival look. So beautiful. After I'm done applying my primer, I'm going to be setting my primer with the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. For shadows, I'm going to be using the ABH Norvina Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2. I've never tried this formula, and I honestly was here for it. I absolutely loved it. I will say the one thing about it that I didn't like is how much fallout there is, how powdery the product themselves are, which is honestly understandable because it is a pro pigment palette, you know. It is not an eyeshadow palette, so you are gonna get, it's not gonna be so hard pressed as like a regular eyeshadow palette. So it basically makes sense that they're so dusty, but the pigment on this eyeshadow palette, quote unquote, bomb. So I'm using this orange shade as a transition shade, and then I'll be going in with the more brighter orange in the palette, and I'll be using that to blend into my transition shade. Again, I didn't know what type of look I was going for, but I knew putting a warm crease shade would just help any look that I decided to do. I honestly should have looked up some inspiration photos, but I don't know, it was like a spur of a moment type of thing. I grabbed the palette because I've had it in my collection for a while now, and I haven't used it. And I was like, you know what, this is really pretty. It's really springy. It's really like bright and vibrant. I wanted to use it. So I'm really glad I did because I absolutely loved the way this look came out. As I'm blending out this crease shade without any additional product on my brush, I drag that shadow out and into like my temple area or like my tail end of my brow bone area. I personally really like the blown out look on me. I've really been digging that style, the cat eyes type of style. So that is exactly what I'm doing. You don't necessarily have to do that. You really don't. That's just, it's me. You know, I like to do that for me personally. So this is the moment when my mind was really going crazy because I was like, I don't know what to do. So I grabbed the green shade and I started to apply it on the outer corner. First of all, this color is absolutely everything. I love the shade. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of a shade that was in the Subculture eyeshadow palette. And I bought that eyeshadow palette, but I unfortunately let it go because one, I used it like once and the patchiness was like disgusting, and specifically that shadow was super duper patchy. So I absolutely loved that this one wasn't patchy. I was so thankful because it's so beautiful, and I really wanted the eyeshadow to really work in the Subculture palette, but it just didn't. So this is kind of where I messed up here. Ideally, I would prefer to put the shade that I'm putting on now before I even apply the green and really been able to blend those into the oranges. However, again, I didn't know what type of look I was gonna do. So yeah, so ideally I would put this shade first and then the green. However, with this eyeshadow palette, because the eyeshadows are so pigmented, I put the green right over top of that shade and there was like no color difference at all. So it didn't really mess up my look. But if you were doing this look, I would definitely say put that brownish plummy shade first and then go in with the green. So now I'm going to be taking the matte neon green shade and applying that all over my lid. I am going to be applying it as if I am doing a half cut crease, but I'm not really looking for that definition of a half cut crease. I don't need this part to be perfect either because I do plan on going in with the shimmer shade right in the center of my eye, so this shade is more as like a base if anything. And as here you could see the green metallic shade, absolutely so beautiful. Again, I'm not really looking for precision with this look. I kind of just wanted to mash some colors together. I really like the color story. And yeah, I'm actually really happy with this look. I was really iffy about it when I first started, especially because I don't really mess around with makeup so much now. So I kind of lost my touch. If it's not neutrals, I've lost my like mixing ability. So I'm slowly learning that back or regaining that muscle memory. And yes, so I love this look at the end. It was super beautiful. We are going to go back to the shadows later on, but for now we're going to be using this gel eyeliner by Maybelline, and I'll be applying this to my lower lash line, or my lower waterline. I kid you not, you guys, applying things into my lower waterline makes my eyes water so much nowadays. I used to be able to do anything with my lower waterline. Now I can't do nothing. It tickles so bad. And as I was about to start my second eye, I dropped my brush and it had like landed on my cheek. But I swear, looking at this video, it looks like nothing happened. Like I'm complaining over nothing. But in person, it felt like I had dug my brush into my cheek and that there was eyeliner everywhere. Like that's how it felt. But looking back, it was like absolutely nothing. But I am so glad I started on my eyes first and didn't start on my foundation, because the whole look would have been ruined. Everything would have been ruined. First of all, the look would have been ruined with the eyeshadow alone. So definitely do your eyes before your base with this eyeshadow palette. And I'm not worried about cleanup either because I am going to go in with my soda water in a little bit. Tried to stay in frame as much as possible with this portion, but it just didn't happen like that, I guess. But for my lower lash line, I go in with the orange, the bright orange that is. And then after I apply that bright orange, I'm going to be going in with that rose shade. I will say this rose shade did blend a little bit too much with the orange. So if I were to do this look again, I would definitely add a little bit more orange. So once I apply the orange and the rose shade, I will go in with the green and apply that to 2/3 of my outer corner and connecting it with the green that's on my top lid. I'm also sorry if you can hear the thunderstorm outside. I live in Texas and the weather is crazy here. Oh my gosh, it's just been crazy. As a last check, the weather has been crazy. I'm going to be cleaning up all the fallout with my micellar water now. And even though we're not finished with the eyes yet, we are going to go ahead and move on to the face. And then once I'm done with the face, then I'll come back to the eyes. So this portion isn't needed, but I like moisture on my face for some reason. So I am going in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray and then fanning my face. For primer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And then I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and applying that just where my pores are. For foundation, I'm going to be taking my favorite combination, and that's the L'Oreal True Match and the NYX Born to Glow foundation. You guys, did you hear that they're discontinuing the NYX Born to Glow foundation? That is like my absolute favorite drugstore foundation right now. And the fact that they're discontinuing it, why? For what reason? It's so good. First of all, only 10 bucks, which is absolutely amazing. And not only that, I found out that they were discontinuing it after it had already been on sale for like a while, and the shade that I normally use isn't in stock. So I'm like devastated. Why NYX? For what? What's the reason? So I've really been trying to love this Essence concealer. So today I'm going to be mixing it with my favorite concealer, which is the e.l.f. Born to Glow concealer. I'm going to be applying the Essence first and then going in with the NYX on the very inner corner of my eye, since it does have more pigmented. Since it is more pigmented and it is a little bit lighter. It's going to be taking the Essence concealer around my mouth area. I let my concealer sit just for a little bit, and while I do that, I will take out my translucent powder and my powder puff so that when I'm done blending on my eyes, I can go ahead and hurry up and set my concealer before it starts creasing. Using my foundation brush, I'm going to be blending out the concealer that's around my mouth and on my face, and then I'm going to be taking this Real Techniques setting brush to blend out the concealer underneath my eyes. Once I'm done blending out my concealer, I will set it with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Banana Powder. When I am setting my under eyes, I am going in with the thin layer first, and then I'll go back in with the thicker layer, so basically baking. But I'm doing this because I'm going to go back to my eyeshadow, and I want to make sure that I can quickly brush away any fallout. So now I'm going to be going back in with my eyeshadow, and I'm going to be intensifying all the shades that I applied on my lower lash line. And then for my inner corner, I'm going to be taking this light pearl shade first, and then going in with the neon green. I'm taking the light pearl shade first just to act as a base and make sure that my neon, I didn't say neon green, I meant to say neon yellow, really pops. I really feel like the yellow really made this look pop. Like, this look came out so good, you guys. I'm so happy with it. Absolutely in love. I'm so glad I just went with it and just kept on continuing. And you know, I was starting to feel a little bit crazy, but in the end it turned out very beautiful. After I'm done with my shadow, I will then go ahead and dust the powder from underneath my eyes, and you guys could see here that so much of the fallout just goes away. So I'm going to be taking the two darker shades from the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette, and I'm going to be using that as my bronzer and contour for today. Now I'm going to be touching up my eyebrows, as some powder can get into the brows and mess up the shape a little bit, and this is just to ensure that they look crispy again. For eyeliner today, I'm going to be using the Essence Super Precise eyeliner, and this is in black. This eyeliner style that I'm using today, I'm not going to be doing a wing, just like a little tiny baby wing, but more so, I'm just aligning my eyes. For blush, I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 1. And I'm going to be using the shade Zone in Toby, which is the bright pink and the bright orange. Now I'm going to be contouring my nose with the Essence Sun Club bronzer palette as well. For highlighter, I'm going to be using the Milani Baked Highlighter in Champagne Odoro. I only use highlighter on my nose nowadays. I don't really like highlighter on my cheeks, especially because I have texture. And that's just not the look we go for anymore. We love a matte face. While I wait for the glue on my eyelashes to get tacky, I will be using the ColourPop lip liner in BFF4. After I apply my lip liner, I do like to take a brush and blend the lip liner just to the center of my lips so it's not so much of a harsh line. My lashes are finally tacky, so I will go ahead and apply them. And I love lashes so much, it literally just brought this whole look together. I'm so glad I didn't do super dramatic lashes and I kept it pretty simple because the eyeshadows were very much able to pop. For lipstick, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Matte Lip Crayon in Tres Sweet. And for like regular bullet lipstick, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Matte Lipstick in Purely Nude. And I'm just going to be using that just in the center of my lips. Normally, I would do mascara before I even pop on my lashes, but I completely forgot today. So for the mascara, I am going to be using the Sephora Big by Definition mascara. And that is the look, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a long one, and I have really been loving makeup content as of recently. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys want to see next. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.